welcome back to another video from first time real estate investor Daquan Jones. Now last time we spoke, I spoke to you about the whole inspection failure, and yes, it sucks. So the good thing that I'm making these videos is because you kind of can see my journey on investing rental properties, and I want to show people that's possible for anybody to do. Now with that being said, yes, last episode, actually last week, I ended up spending $685 for an inspection on a house that I did not want. And I spoke about that reason, and yes, it's my mistake, but you know, in this process, mistakes happen, and I want to show you guys that you shouldn't have to make the same mistake I made. So with that being said, if you're gonna buy a property, make sure it's a property that you want. Make sure you're not wasting your time, make sure you're not wasting your money, make sure you're not wasting inspector time, and make sure you're not wasting your money. So I'm gonna get into this video and, you know, make this quick. So I feel like I haven't really, you know, went into detail about myself. I started a whole YouTube channel, and you know, you guys don't really know nothing about me. So with that being said, I want to kind of show you guys who I am, why I am able to afford, you know, my own property by myself on my own, and my age, what I like to do. And that's the first portion of the video. The last portion, I want to talk about loans, different type of loans you will get approved for, and you know, if you're interested, I have all the information. I'll leave it down in the link below. So check it out. This is cool because I actually paid $10 for this, and I'm gonna put all the information up here. Unfortunately, this isn't my house, so I can't just stick stuff up on the wall. So I gotta hold it like this, and hopefully you guys can see all the information. So my name is Daquan Jones. Originally, I'm from Newark, New Jersey. I live in Long Island now currently, and I'm trying to buy a house. I'm 24 years old, just turned 24. My birthday is June 2nd, and that's probably enough information for now. But what I like to do is, you know, I like to work out. I'm on keto right now, which is probably something I'll make another video about because it's a very interesting thing. You know, just being healthy overall, working out, just trying to focus on your health is amazing because it helps you long term, and you just feel good doing it. So that's something I'm interested in. You know, I like to, what do I like to do? YouTube. I have another business, which is a Shopify business. I do drop shipping, which is not too bad. I mean, it's working on its own. I'd rather let it work on its own than to put money into it right now because I'm trying to buy a house. So I can't focus on both of them. I can't just ditch out money on ads when I gotta save money for a house. So I just let that run independently, let it do its own thing, and I make sales once in a while because of that. But that's one business I have. I was working on getting a patent for this watch I created, and I haven't had time to do that either. And the reason why I'm saying all these things is because I have a job. Like this, me doing this, I have a job, and this is why I'm able to afford properties because I have a job. And not only that, I could afford a property on my own because I have a job. And that's one thing that you guys gotta emphasize, is that you can't just walk into a bank expecting to get a loan of any kind without income. And that's not even just a house, that's just anything. Like, you need income. If you don't have credit, you need income. If you do got credit, you still need income. So, you know, it works out hand to hand, and you need it. So I'm a technician. To be more specific, I'm a field service technician, and I do battery service for telecom, utility, and UPS. And it might sound a little difficult if you guys, I mean, some of you guys might know what it is, some of you guys might not, but I'm gonna just leave it at that because it is hard to explain. And my job is it's not a day job, it's a job. You know, I work a lot of hours, and I may not be home at nighttime, I may not be home during the morning time. I may get home early, I may not get home early. So this is why my time is pretty much consumed with the job that I have. And that's why it's kind of hard for me to not, you know, focus on certain parts of the business. And I tried the wholesaling thing, and I'll get into that in another video. So right now, if I could kind of focus my time on to purchasing my own property and then renting it out, and you know, could do it continuously, that would be profitable for me at the end, and it's an investment at the end, like I spoke about in the last video. So with that being said, my job is pretty much busy. it's, you know, sometimes I might work 12 hours, sometimes I might work 10 hours, and it's good money. So I'm able to afford my own property. And some people can't do that, which is why I'm very fortunate and blessed. But most people can do that because unlike, you know, I'm boring, I'm single. Some people aren't, you know, couples, girlfriend. I wouldn't recommend girlfriend or boyfriend, but if you're married, I mean, 2 incomes is perfect. That's honestly the way of life in America. The cost of living is very expensive, and you really need 2 incomes to afford anything. So I mean, if you got 2 incomes, that's even better because shit, I mean, what I could afford, you could afford double. So, you know, everything works out at the end. You just gotta stick with the plan, have a game plan, and just follow me, and I'll guarantee you guys are on the right path. So last week, it was last week. So last week, I in the video, I spoke about me buying and me purchasing another home. So the home, yes, the inspection failed, and I had interest in another home, which I could show you the footage. Now, this home in particular is not too far away from the first home that I put an offer up on and got the inspection failed. I hate saying that. But anyways, yes, this home is not too far. It's actually bigger. It's actually better. But, and here's the but, and this is something to keep in mind, guys, taxes. Taxes is outstandingly high in that property. It's a bigger property, yes. The taxes is high, like, you know. And if I tell you this number, I mean, some of you guys might be watching from like a different state, like South Carolina. You're like, holy, you paying that much? Yes, my taxes is $8,000 on that one property, and that's insane. But the property I'm in now is $9,000, and it goes higher and higher and higher depending on the area you're in. So, you know, out here is insane. So yes, the taxes out there is $8,000 for that property. It's 4 bedrooms, it's 1 bath, it's a beautiful home for one person, and not just for one person, for more people. Because what I'm thinking is I can actually rent each room out and collect income until I actually leave, which will be 1 year, considering I have an FHA loan. So with that being said, I'm gonna start breaking down the loans to you in the field, but I just wanna, you know, break down how everything works after the whole inspection thing goes. So with the whole inspection, you know, the contracts come out and you got to worry about paying a lot of fees. Now, the fees is a lot. When I say a lot, it's a lot because you paying people, you paying Pablo and Mark from, you know, some such and such bank. They don't really live in the country. You be like, wait, what? How am I paying it? Yes, it's a lot of fees. And I have the pricing information that my bank sent me, and I can break it down to you guys and show you. But I'm gonna say that for another video, only because it's a lot to go into. It's a lot of details, and sometimes I see numbers, I don't know what it means. So I'm gonna break it down as best as I can. So, like I said, I have a handy board here. Start breaking it down one by one. I'm gonna use the black marker starting off. So the first one you got, most of you guys is familiar with this, and this is it right here. This is, I'll leave this right here. This is a conventional loan. Now, with the conventional loan, it's, you know, it's different. People say different things, but the truth is it requires as low as 3 to 5% down payment, which is rare. You usually don't see that, especially in today's market. It's rare. But I'm gonna just put that down. So 3% to 5%. And like I said, it's rare. But the max, and this is the max, this is from everybody I know, just from people, you know, who buying houses. You will usually put 10% to 20% down on your property. And that's with the conventional loan. Obviously, when you put 20% down, you don't have to pay a PMI, which is private money insurance. You know, this is 20% equity into your own property, which is good. The process, it might take a little longer. But, you know, if you got the money, if you saved up a lot, why not go for it? Me personally, I gotta save more. And, you know, it's deals going, the market is going up, and the interest rates is going up. So I don't think I can wait for that. So, you know, why not go for the FHA, which is our next loan on the list. FHA, which stands for Federal Housing Authority, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's Federal Housing Authority. So it's a great loan for first-time home buyers. I know I spoke about the conventional. This loan is literally, let me get my marker straight. It requires as little as 3.5% down payment. And speaking of numbers, I actually forgot about this. FHA requires no lower than 620 credit score. And I forgot to cover that in conventional. What conventional usually is no less than a 640 credit score. FHA is 620, which is why, it's easier for some people because not everybody have good credit, and it's convenient. And not only is it convenient, it's only 3.5% down. I know I said 3% to 5% on conventional, but like I said, you would really never see this in today's market. I never came across 3%. I never heard of people paying this less. So 10% and 20% is more reasonable. FHA only requires 3.5%, which is why I'm doing the FHA. So that's cool about it. This is a federal loan. The only difference between these two is that if you was to do 10% on conventional, you have to pay a PMI, which is probably be a lot less than doing 3.5%. But with this, you just have to pay a higher PMI, which is private money insurance, and usually it's not a lot of money. I mean, for a $195,000 house, your down payment with 3.5% will only be, let's just say $62,000. $6,200, and you probably end up paying $65 a month to catch up to your 20% down payment. And it doesn't really go towards the mortgage. It usually goes towards the interest and the PMI for a couple of years. But it's still not as bad because, the market is going up, interest rates is going up, and if you only have 3.5% to jump on the house, do it. Because I started this process months ago, and when I got pre-approval from the bank I went to before, I was only at 4.65%. Now I'm at almost 5%. So it's insane. It goes up and it's going to keep going up. So, if you got 3.5% down on a house, go for it. So this is your second loan, FHA. And not only that, FHA, the closing is, the fees is not too much. It's not too insane. And the process is a little bit faster than conventional. So, you can weigh your options. It all depends on you. And it all depends on what you're going for. I can't really recommend anyone, but I could kind of tell you, the perks, the pros and the cons about these two. Now, your third loan is, actually, no, just wait for this because you'll be like, whoa, it's crazy. Anyways, your third loan is your VA loan. And before I tell you what you got to do to get this loan, it only requires 0% down. I messed my 0 up, but 0% down. And in order for you to get a VA loan, you gotta be a veteran. So if you're listening and you served in the military, which I'm pretty sure you're probably familiar with this loan because it kind of emphasizes a lot. Veterans loan, 0% down. Your credit score have to be 620 and higher. Let me just put this down. Let me fit it somewhere. 620 and higher, and 0% down. All you honestly need is to fill out the right paperwork, and if you get approved for it, you're only putting down 0, nothing, nada. So that's cool. Which I'm regretting it now, but anyways, USDA loan. This is the last loan I'm gonna go over. USDA loan is a loan that's kind of how should I put it? I guess it's good. This loan usually requires a gap. It's a gap household wise. So if I'm making a lot of money, I'm not approved for it. If I'm making less money, I still not be approved for it if I'm living with a couple of people. Now it goes by household. And if your household income is less than the gap that they're offering to pre-qualify you, then you may get approved. But here's the catch. The reason these loans even exist is to fill up rural areas. They want to build these areas, they want to fill them up. And this is why this loan is here. So you got your USDA loan, which also requires 0%. So there you go. You got your 4 loans. And it's one last loan I want to go over. And this is why I kind of like things. Sometimes, you got to think together. FHA. Now, this is a cool part about FHA. Now, with the first FHA loan, it's kind of strict. They don't want you, getting a loan where you're gonna move into a house with holes in the walls and doors falling apart. These homes need to be ready to move in. You know, you gotta literally ready, bring your stuff in, not fixing anything. And that's with a regular FHA. But if you do come across anything that's, you know, the home is destroyed, it's missing pipes, you know, the roof is missing, even if it's not a home there, you know, you can always go for an FHA 203K rehab. This loan is a rehab loan, but the cool part about this loan is you pretty much doing the same thing, but the amount of money that's going to cost you to repair a home is coming out the final cost of the home. So, I mean, this one is cool. I mean, if you're a fixer-upper, if you want to buy a home and fix it up, why not go for 203K? And it's the same process as a FHA. Requires 3.5%. Just be careful because sometimes, depending on the bank, they might not offer rehabs. Some banks offer them, some banks don't. But these are the 4 loans plus your FHA 203K rehab. And this is, you know, something you guys should consider when you're buying a home. And I know, you just erase this. So this is the next video. I want to go over numbers only because now it's going to get into that. Now, since I'm in the process of putting an offer up on the property I did today, numbers is going to start kicking in. I have pricing information from how much I'm expected to pay. You know, it might change after that, but you know, it's a big thing with numbers, and I want to make a whole video about numbers. But I have a good idea of what I want to start doing for my YouTube channel. I want to start asking questions, and these questions don't have to be a right or wrong, but what I want to do is answer these questions. In the next video, give you the answer, give you my idea about it, what I think, and I want to make the video about it. So my next video, just make this quick. I'm gonna ask you guys a question. Just give me 1 second, and I'm gonna think about what it is. My question to you guys is, which loan do you prefer? I'm not talking about USDA or VA, obviously. I'm talking about conventional or FHA. Which loan best suits you? Please leave the answer in my comment on my YouTube channel, or if not, just DM me the answer, Daquan_McCoy Jones, and I'll be sure to make a video about my answer and why I chose this. So I'm gonna wrap this up, and thanks for watching.